session with the prayers to Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so we'll continue our discussions with the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Just to have a short recap of what we have understood so far until verse number 18. Around 18, up to 18th verse we have covered so far. So this chapter begins with Lord Krishna directly enumerating on the principles of yoga system, a specific yoga system called Ashtanga Yoga or Sankhya Yoga is going to be described by Krishna in detail. So before describing that yoga system in detail, Krishna explained to us the principles of all the yoga systems with regard to how any yoga system entails that the practitioner of yoga should be detached from the fruits of his works. Means he should not be attached to the results, what is coming out of any activity he does. And he has to do it as though it is his obligation. The activity of spiritual discipline should be done as an obligation. Not that it is out of force or out of somebody is telling me, not like that. It is naturally it is like how you do lovingly with regard to your family or anything connected to you. So because I'm connected to Krishna, I have to do it very, very lovingly. That's what Krishna wanted to say, right? Then Krishna explained that sannyasa yoga, actually basically both are same, because in sannyasa, with understanding of what is the creation and what is my role in this creation, and you renounce things and gradually come to the level of acting in that way. Whereas yoga means from the very beginning, you are seeing everything in connection to Krishna and acting in that way, right? So both are both are in one sense same, Krishna says. Krishna explained that any practice of yoga begins with some initial stages called Yoga Ruksha stage or the neophyte stage. And once you are mature enough, you come to a stage called Yoga Rudha stage, mature stage. And Krishna described a few wonderful symptoms wherein one has reached the Yoga Rudha stage, has some manifestations. Basically, he has controlled mind. And because of his controlled mind, he has reached Paramatma. Rather, Paramatma's directions is able to take directly. Because unless our mind is very agitated, we cannot hear Paramatma. We are hearing our mind only. That's why when chanting, it is said, you chant and hear the Hare Krishna mantra. Don't hear your mind, because mind is always a chatterbox. All India Radio is going on, talking, so many things. Acha, 10 years back something happened. Tomorrow this will happen. Yesterday this happened. So many it is going on. Even while I'm talking, your mind will be processing so many thoughts, right? So we have to silence our mind. For that, the prescription given is to chant and hear the same sound what you are chanting. Such a wonderful process. In yoga process, it is a big achievement to be accomplished. Whereas in this this yoga system of chanting Hare Krishna, it is a very simple process, very wonderful process. Then Krishna explained, started explaining the details of this Ashtanga Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, wherein one has to select a very sacred place, which is having which is without any much population. Basically, Krishna meant to say place of seclusion, wherein you select a place of sitting, which is neither too high or not too low. You make that place ready with putting a soft cotton cloth on that. You lay some kusha grass, and then you put a deer skin. On that, you sit very firmly, focusing your mind on the object of meditation, that is Paramatma within the heart. And your eye should not be fully opened or fully closed. It should be half open, focusing on the tip of the nose. And in that way, body erect with the neck erect, head erect. So in a particular position, because Ashtanga Yoga means there are 8 steps in the yoga process. The process of doing do's, yama, niyama, don'ts, and process of sitting or making some asanas, exercises called asana, and breathing exercise called pranayama. And all this is meant to basically do pratyahara. Pratyahara means mind should be away from all distractions. So that mind is all constantly bombarding us with so many thoughts for satisfying our desires. So that mind should be kept away. Pratyahara. Then should start focusing, concentrating on Paramatma, Dharana. Keep the Paramatma in the heart. Already was there. Start focusing the mind on that, and then further intensifying that meditation called dhyana. And finally, complete absorption of meditation on Lord in the heart, that is called samadhi. So like this, Krishna was explaining step by step, and he also made us understand with regard to the practical way of performance of yoga by anybody. It also means that you are supposed to be regulated in your eating habits, sleeping habits, your habits of working, and your habits of recreation. So these things have to be regulated. Otherwise, you cannot practice yoga, Krishna mentioned. And basically, Krishna is telling all these things to make us understand that there is a specific discipline, mental discipline required by the practitioner, so that he can become fixed up or situated in, as Krishna says, Atmani evavatishthate, fixed up in transcendence. This is going to help him in pratyahara, dharana, and dhyana. Right? Then Krishna says he has attained yoga. Now, in verse number 19 and subsequent verses, 20, 21, and 23, next 5 verses, Krishna is going to explain to us the practice of, or the stage of samadhi. Right? What is samadhi? Right? 19th verse, Krishna says, the 6th chapter, Yatha dipo nivatastho nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogam atmanaha. So Krishna is telling vata, just like you have seen trains having AC coaches, vata anukulit, right? Vata means air. Nivata means without air, in place where there is no wind. So the deepa, or the lamp in a windless place, is very steady. Correct? A lamp in a windless place is very steady. It doesn't waver here and there. Little wind comes, wherever the wind direction is, it goes. The wind is coming this side means the flame will go this side. Again, this side means it will go this side. Like this, it is wavering. So Krishna is giving this wonderful example. Sa upama smruta. So like this, as the wind wavers here and there when there is, the flame of a lamp wavers here and there when there is wind. But in a windless place, the flame is very steady. Similarly, one whose mind is controlled, and he's fixed his mind on the meditation on Krishna, as Prabhupada says, constant meditation on the worshipable Lord Krishna, his mind will become very steady. He is not agitated. Basically, pratyahara means warding off all the agitations of the mind. And dharana means becoming fixed up. Dharana, dhyana means more intensifying. That your mind's agitation should be completely made nullified. Right? That is what this whole process of yoga is. So, parallelly, Prabhupada is giving us Krishna conscious Bhakti Yoga description also. So, when you are chanting, Prabhupada says, you chant uninterruptedly, undeviatingly. Means one mantra of Hare Krishna you finished, then next you have to chant without any other thought in between. What is that you're supposed to be doing between one mantra and the next mantra of Hare Krishna each? One Hare Krishna you have chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. What I should do next? We should feel the sense of accomplishment that one mantra of chanting of Hare Krishna I have offered to Krishna. I have succeeded. This is a feeling you have to experience. And I'm getting ready for one more opportunity. If this is done, this is called tasking. When this is done, the mind has no other engagement. What happens between one mantra and other mantra? Mind will flip off. Right? So Krishna is stressing on this point of undeviated, uninterrupted meditation. It is an example here. Because our mind is very fragile with regard to even a slightest thought of sense gratification, it will agitate that. It's like a wind, the lamp, the flame of the lamp. Little wind, it will start moving. You may not experience that intensity of the wind with your skin, but because the lamp is, the flame is so sensitive, it starts wavering. Like that, our mind also is like that. So you should be very careful with the any thought processes in the mind. Because when mind is agitated, then Krishna meditation is not possible. This is the lesson we can take from this particular verse. So, we should become as steady as the flame of the lamp, and our mind should be free from all agitations. That is possible when we are determined. Okay. Now, next series of 4 verses are there, 20 to 23. Krishna explains the stage of Samadhi, the final stage of perfection. Okay. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati sukham atyantikam yattat buddhi grahyam atindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam stitas chalati tattvataha yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga samvitam. It's a very wonderful series of verses. We'll go carefully one by one. So, first thing Krishna is telling is that yatra uparamate chittam. Chittam means mind, intelligence, ego, the subtle body, what we have. So the subtle body is feeling transcendental happiness, and it is not having any activities of matter. Means no thoughts of anything which is having connection with material things. Niruddham yoga sevaya, and it is only fully absorbed in the practice of yoga. What is that yoga? Mind absorbed in meditation on Krishna. So this stage of perfection, Prabhupada says, is called trance or samadhi, wherein mind is completely restrained from material mental activities. No other thought processing. No thought processing doesn't mean mind has become blank. It's a very important point you have to understand. Mind can never be blank. Mind is having static thoughts of the absolute truth. Krishna is Supreme Lord. His existence is emanating from Krishna. These are all static uh, thoughts which are actually absolute truth. Thought processing means one thought, you start churning it in your mind. You start thinking about it. Just like when you put some ingredients in the mixie, the mixie starts running. That's called thought processing. You're churning a thought and wanting to find, you're trying to see, you do problem solving, or you're trying to go to the past by reflecting on, oh, this happened, that happened, because of which I should not do this. Or your thought processing again means, you're worrying about future. This is what should stop, right? Because this is what we are conditioned to do this always. Our mind is constantly thought processing. But when the mind is absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, as described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, later on, next chapter, Krishna says, I am the taste in water. I am the light of sun and moon. I am the strength of all men. I am the intelligence of all intelligent. That is, these are static, absolute truth thoughts. And mind contemplating on those thoughts is what mind should be. Other, we are supposed to replace our conditioned way of thinking with the way Krishna wants us to think. So Prabhupada says, the practice of yoga, by practicing yoga, one gradually becomes detached from material concepts. Very important point. Samadhi means the mind is replaced by material conceptions with spiritual conceptions. I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am eternal servant of Krishna. I am supposed to be serving like this to Krishna. This is the thought. Not the thought that, oh, I am body. My body requirements are this. If I don't get this body requirements, I'll be unhappy. This is called material concept. Anything concerning matter means body, bodily connections. They're all called material concepts or bodily conception of life. Right? Anything connected with Krishna and Krishna's devotion is called spiritual concept. So, mind can be detached from material concepts and mind cannot be vacant. Mind has to be replaced with spiritual concepts. Our philosophy, or rather Bhagavad Gita philosophy, is not that you make your mind vacant or void. No. Our philosophy is that you take out the negative and fill positive in our mind. That is our philosophy. Because you can never make your mind zero anytime. Right? So, this is the point Prabhupada is trying to make us in the verse number 20. Yatra uparamate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. And by this, what is happening is, when your mind is filled with spiritual conceptions, spiritual concepts about Krishna, about your real identity, and what happens? You're able to see yourself as pure spirit soul, Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. You're not having any other conceptions now. You're having pure conception that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. So these conceptions will actually give you happiness. I am eternal. Right now, the material concept is what? Bodily concept means, oh, I'm getting old, I'll die one day. This is material concept. Spiritual concept is, Krishna explains in the very beginning, na jayate, na mriyate, vakadach. I am spirit soul. I will never die. I am eternal. What dies is only the body, the dress. The spiritual concept. You see the difference? So, when one's ability to see the self with a pure mind is trained in this way, Krishna says, he is able to relish and rejoice in the self. He is able to take enjoyment in the self. This is what Krishna explained in the last chapter, 5th chapter, if you see. It's a very nice verse. Krishna said about the happiness of the soul. He said in 24th verse in 5th chapter, Yo anta sukha antararama tathantar jyotirevayah. One whose happiness is within, anta sukha, antararama, who is active within and who rejoices within, tathantar jyotirevayah. He is illumined within, which is his illumination, his knowledge is within. Right? He's happy within, he's rejoicing within, because he knows, I am not this body of spirit soul. And as spirit soul, my existence is eternal. Because of the wrong understanding or the misconception, I'm thinking myself as body and I'm getting into anxiety of, oh, I'll die. I'm going through so many difficulties and I'm identifying with so many things around me. Prabhupada is a famous example of you are seeing a tiger in a dream. And tiger is chasing. You are in a very vulnerable situation. Tiger is about to catch you. That's what in the material world is. We put ourselves in situations wherein every now and then tigers will be chasing you. And we put ourselves in the situation. That is called situation of anxiety. So Bhagavata says, Bhayam dvitiya nibheshita syat ishadapetasya viparyayo smriti. Why there is bhaya or fear in us now? Because we are identifying ourselves with this matter, with things around us as material objects. And we are not seeing Krishna's connection with us. We are seeing Dvitiya, means we are having dualistic understanding now in our minds. We are not seeing our identification with Krishna. We are seeing something, we are different from Krishna. I have independent existence. That is the cause of fear. Viparyayo smriti, my memories, we have forgotten Krishna. That is the problem. So when you're able to, this stage of samadhi means constantly you're able to see the self within by the pure mind and rejoice and relish in the self. It's a very, stage of advancement. Okay. So basically, Krishna is telling us that this can be achieved provided you follow this process. In the Ashtanga Yoga process, it's a very difficult process, step by step, stage by stage, coming to this level. In Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says, when you're absorbed in Krishna's service, just like you're cooking for Krishna, your mind is focused, okay, I have to cook better, nicely for Krishna. You're fully focusing and you're always having background mind, what? I'm doing this for Krishna, I'm doing this for Krishna. That is samadhi. You're doing arati for Krishna. With full focus, you're seeing, oh, Krishna is taking my offerings. This is how I'm supposed to do this. Very consciously, sincerely, you're trying to offer everything to Krishna. Krishna is receiving my offerings. This is samadhi. Prabhupada says, in every step of our devotional service, we come to the level of samadhi. That is the special privilege which Prabhupada has given us in Krishna consciousness or bhakti. Whereas in ordinarily, coming to the level of samadhi is not easy, because driving out material concepts itself is a big endeavor. In Krishna consciousness, it is very easy, but problem with us is we don't remain in the stage. Again, when we are not performing devotion, our mind becomes again absorbed with material concepts. At that time, when you are chanting Hare Krishna and hearing Hare Krishna, you are liberated. Again, when you are not chanting, mind becomes absorbed. So how to remain steady and uninterruptedly, undeviatingly fixed up in Krishna consciousness is the practice. Okay. So then what happens? Then your vision, your thought process, everything focused on the on the subject matter of Brahman. on what, oh, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says like this in this particular situation. Anything you see, you are connecting it with Krishna's instructions and Bhagavatam's various wonderful directions. And you don't see anything separately with your concoction. You imagine something and you manufacture something in mind. No, I verify, or rather I see everything from Krishna's point of view. That is what we are supposed to be trained. That is what Krishna is telling us. One's ability to see the self by the pure mind. Pure mind means your mind is replaced with all old material conceptions with proper absolute conceptions of Krishna consciousness. Then what happens? Krishna says, then you're going to experience transcendental pleasure. Sukham atyantikam yattat buddhigrahyam atindriyam veti yatra na chaivayam sitaschalati tatpataha. Krishna says, in that state of completely rejoicing and happy state, you experience transcendental boundless happiness. And this transcendental boundless happiness is experienced through transcendental senses. Right now, our transcendental senses, the senses of the soul, is covered. It has to be awakened. Right? The process of awakening is what? By engaging in bhakti. And the easiest, simplest process of engaging in bhakti is chanting Hare Krishna every day. When you do this, our transcendental senses, this sense of the spirit soul, are awakened. Then you can experience this boundless happiness. That is spiritual ananda, bhakti rasa. You can experience happiness of bhakti rasa. You can experience. Rupa Goswami says in one of his teachings that even a drop, bindu, a drop of spiritual happiness cannot compare billions of oceans of happiness of Brahmananda. Brahmananda means the spiritualist thinks that I have become merged with impersonal Brahman. Even if you take it as huge, lot of ananda is there. One drop of experience of bhakti cannot, it is so great that it cannot match, even unlimited quantity of Brahmananda. So the regarding happiness, nice description Rupa Goswami gives in his teachings. He says there is material happiness, then there is Brahmananda, and thirdly, there is actually bhakti, ananda of bhakti, Premananda. So what Krishna is giving us here is to experience the happiness of bhakti. Because material happiness, Krishna explained in the previous chapter, in verse number 22, 5th chapter, that they are all flickering and they are source of misery. Yahi samsparsha jab hoga, dukha yoniya evate. Material happiness is actually going to land you in misery only. Just for that moment, you will feel some sense of happiness. And that happiness has a beginning and an end. Intelligent person doesn't take any interest in such happiness, Krishna says. That is material happiness. It's very, you can say it is a very low level type of, it's a low level happiness. Prahlad Maharaj says it is tuchha. Tuchha means very low class, right? Then next is Brahmananda. Brahmananda means, oh, you realize you're not this body or spirit soul, but you don't know that your real identity is, I am eternal servant of Krishna. You think I am only a spirit particle. And I have to merge with impersonal Brahman, Brahma Jyoti. That is Brahmananda. Of course, that is better than material happiness, but that is also very insignificant when you compare it with the Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. The rasa, the happiness from the Bhakti Rasa, it is like nectar, Rupa Goswami says, and it is the ocean of nectar. Even a drop of that ocean of nectar is so pleasant that you cannot compare it with the even unlimited ocean of Brahmananda. One of the characteristics of pure devotion, Rupa Goswami says, is that it is the happiness is like a condensed bliss. Just like when you condense the milk, it becomes thick, thick, thick. The milkmaid, right? Even one drop of it is, it's like, very tasty. The happiness of bhakti is like that. It is condensed bliss. In material happiness, you run here, there, but you expect so much happiness, but you get one small drop of happiness in the material world. And Brahmananda is little better, but much highest level happiness is the happiness of bhakti rasa, which is like a nectar. Okay. So Krishna is telling that happiness can be experienced by when you purify your material senses and your spiritual senses are awakened, then you can experience this transcendental happiness, which is limitless. And once you come to this stage, what happens? Krishna explains. Once you are established in this stage of spiritual bliss, of devotional happiness, then you will never depart from the truth. Means you've got the highest happiness experience. Anything else will look very insignificant. It is of no importance, right? And you think you come to the understanding, this is the highest, this is the topmost. Everything else is subordinate to this. Because the happiness derived from Krishna's bhakti, Krishna bhakti, is the highest, topmost happiness. Anything else, always, that's why in Bhagavatam it is explained, once the devotee has tasted the nectar of Krishna's devotion, anything else after that will be repel and of no taste for him. He's always hankering for that again and again. Right? So like this, the devotee comes to the level of this realization that there is nothing greater than this. Yam labdva chaparam laham manyate nadikam tataham. Adhika, there is no adhika, there is nothing more greater than this. This is the highest. And once situated in this stage of spiritual realization, he is not shaken by any sort of calamities. Even greatest difficulty comes, he is not shaken. Prabhupada nicely explains towards the end of the purport. He says, there are so many incidental occurrences which can happen in our life, like accident, disease, some scarcity, right? Or sometimes even death of a near and dear one. But the sadhaka or a practitioner of devotion, he is callous towards them. He knows this is only body. He'll come and go. Right? He's not too much overwhelmed by that. Right? He's always alert in executing his duties in devotional service. Which basically Prabhupada says, such incidental occurrences like accident, disease, or etc., will not deviate him from his duty. Because if you remember Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, what does Krishna say? Matra sparshasta kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkata agama paino anitya tam sitakshasva bharat. The different dualities in the material world like Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, happiness, distress, heat, cold, they're all dualities of the material world which he understands as incidental occurrences. And he endures them. He tolerates them. Because he knows they'll come and go. The winter came and went. Summer will come now. Summer also will go. He knows all these will come and go. Just have to tolerate them. Right? So in that way, he achieves the highest stage of perfection. Because any stage of disturbance, otherwise generally people, the material world, because they are not come to this level of spiritual understanding, philosophical understanding. So they are agitated, disturbed with everything. They keep agitated because their mind is like, in a very heavy wind is blowing. What happens? The lamp flame is it is going, swinging up and down. Right? Or it'll also give a lot of sound also. That's what is happening in an ordinary person's life. Whereas in a Krishna conscious person's life, he remains steady. That's what Krishna explained in 2nd chapter. If you see, There will be so many different streams of water entering the ocean. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat. Right? In verse number 71, Krishna explained in the second chapter, 70, Krishna explained that the streams of water flowing, gushing towards the ocean water is never agitated. It remains calm and composed. Likewise, a devotee, a practitioner, so many agitations will happen, so many things in life, ups and downs will happen. But he is not agitated. Yasmin dukkhena gurunapi na vicha. Gurunapi means very heavy problems will come in life. Na vichalyate. He is not disturbed, agitated, because he knows his spiritual standing is what is important for him. All this will come and go. Right? Prabhupada often went through so many challenges and difficulties, even after he has established his ISKCON movement. New problems used to come every day. But Prabhupada used to always, in a very cool and composed mind, he used to handle everything. And he used to see everything. And in fact, I was hearing recently one nice, glorification of Prabhupada, how he used to see everything and philosophize them. Otherwise, if you get involved in analyzing and trying to resolve them, there is no solution. Just like Arjuna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, if you see, he was trying to analyze and give his own reasoning and justification why I should not fight. Right? When Krishna understood Krishna started, when finally Arjuna understood, I cannot do anything with this situation now. He surrendered to Krishna as a disciple. Sishyasteham. What did Krishna do first? He took the position of Guru and he chastised him. You are speaking like a big Pandit, but you are a fool, number one. This is what is happening with us. We make a mountain out of a mole. Problem is this much. Oh, so many things have happened. That has happened. This has happened. Whole sky is falling on my head. Oh, finish. World is going to end. Nothing is going to happen. You be cool. You be peaceful and calm. Right? It's all mind. Mind game it is. So Krishna, when understood what a fool you are, he started explaining about Bhagavad Gita. Then the same Arjuna at the end of Gita, he says, Nashta moha smritir labdva. My illusion is gone, Krishna. I have regained my memory. I will act as you say. Yes, see? Which means the philosophical knowledge, understanding, learning, which Arjuna received on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in just 40-45 minutes, he could again become composed. He again became very cool and he can bring back his mind to equilibrium. That's what we are supposed to be doing. In times of challenges, in situations of adversity, we are supposed to have this understanding of Krishna's Bhagavad Gita to keep our mind composed. Keep our mind in a proper equilibrium. That is very important. This is the you can say weapon Krishna has given us. If you don't balance yourself, you will be the cause of suffering for yourself. You will be the culprit. As Krishna explained in this chapter only. You can be the enemy or you can be the friend. Your mind can be the friend or enemy for you. Uncontrolled mind is enemy for you. Controlled mind is best friend. Right? That's what Krishna says now. In verse number 6. Bandhur atmatmanastasya yenatmayim atmana jitah. Bandhu. That mind, mana, will become bandhu, friend, when you have jitah, when you have controlled. That very same mind will become your shatru when you have not controlled it. Just letting the mind everywhere, crazy, going off. So this is what happens with a practitioner of yoga. And Krishna says, this is the highest level of perfection. Right? Tam vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga samnitam. This is the topmost level of perfection wherein you become free from all miseries arising from material contact, which means the different miserable situations we're experiencing is because our mind is absorbed in material conception. Mind has to be freed from material conception. Only then we can be free from this illusory, sufferings we are going through. Okay, there is a very wonderful, portion of Bhagavad Gita, this particular 4 set of verses, wherein Krishna is giving us the understanding of the description of samadhi. Samadhi state is a state wherein in Krishna consciousness we can easily achieve by just following what Prabhupada has told us. Everything. When your mind is absorbed in service of Krishna and everything you are doing, chanting, there is a particular vidhi or a regulation you have to do. Just chant and hear that sound what you are chanting with every chant and without interruption. Uninterruptedly, undeviatingly. That's all. That is going to bring you to samadhi. And Prabhupada says, you're dressing your deity, Krishna, Radha Krishna, carefully, nicely, you're in samadhi. You're cooking nicely for Krishna, you're in samadhi. Like this, anything you do for Krishna, you're in samadhi for it. Samadhi in that stage. And that stage means that you have to sustain it. That's the whole thing. For sustenance, you have to practice. You have to continue practicing it. Means when you are not doing any physical activity, that time the connection or contemplation of Krishna's mercy, Krishna's gratitude for Krishna, his greatness, all that should come as contemplation in our minds. That's the point. Okay, fine. Let's go to the next verse. Verse number 24. Krishna now in the next few verses, 4 or 5 verses, is going to explain few more principles of the yoga practices, all yoga practices, how you should be carrying out any yoga practice. It is a very interesting verse, 24th verse. Sa nishchayena yoktavyo yogo anirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavam kamams tyaktva sarvan asheshataha manasyevendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. Krishna says, like this practice of yoga should be taken up with nishchayena. Nishchayena means with great determination you have to practice this. Determination means without going back on your commitment to do a particular thing. Every day do it. Determination. Determine. I will do it. Come what may ever. It is winter, summer, anything I will do. Chanting every day. Every day I will read Bhagavad Gita. 15 minutes, half an hour. Determination means that nishchaya or the strong willpower that I will do it. Prabhupada gives example of Mahatma Gandhi. How he was so determined that I should drive out British from India. Right? And he was determined and he adopted the process of non-violence. And he was successful. Prabhupada says this. So because he was determined. So any work requires determination. This is the first thing Krishna says here. So even this practice of yoga, what you are doing, practice of yoga, of bhakti yoga, what you are following Krishna consciousness, it may appear to be difficult. Oh, that I have to do, this I have to do. But Prabhupada says, you follow the principles with great determination. Then what happens? Lord will help us. With strong determination, if you start following the things, first point, then Lord will help us because God helps those who help themselves. First, you are not ready to do Krishna consciousness activities. How will Lord help you? You don't even have that willpower. Determination means strong willpower. I will do. Every day I will do chanting, fixed number of rounds. That is the indication of your willingness to do the seva to Krishna. That is not there, then how Krishna will help? One day you will do chanting, one day you will not do chanting, one day you will read Gita, and 1 week you will close the book and keep. Krishna also, he is also playing around, I will also just keep quiet. Right? So, a very nice story Prabhupada explains in this context here. Once there was a sparrow who laid its eggs on the, ocean, near the ocean, beach. So the waves of the ocean somehow took away the eggs from the shore. And the sparrow started asking, requesting the ocean, return my eggs back. The ocean was, like hardly bothered, didn't even hear. Such a small bird, what it will do. So ocean was least bothered when respond. So the sparrow took up the task of emptying the ocean water by taking out a drop from the ocean and putting it, flying away and putting it in a dry land. So like this, he started working very, with great determination, right? So it was actually in one sense, impossible task, right? How can a small sparrow, even whole day it works, maybe it will empty 1 cup of water. What is ocean water? But when this sparrow was determined like this, I will empty this ocean water. The news of this it went up to Garuda. And Garuda became very compassionate toward the sister bird. He personally came. Who is Garuda? Garuda is the bird carrier of Lord Vishnu himself. He came and he started, telling to the sparrow, don't worry, I will ask this. I will tell this ocean to give back your eggs. So, in fact, Garuda was very pleased with the determination of the sister bird sparrow. And when Garuda started, demanding from the ocean, return the eggs now, or else I will empty your water. Ocean became frightened, immediately returned. Right? Then the sparrow became very happy. So this is a story Prabhupada quotes. This is from one of the Puranas. How when you are determined, your effort may be very, 1%. But your determination is what Krishna notices. He will provide all the required strength, knowledge, direction. As it is said, you take 1 step, Krishna will take 10 steps. But your 1 step is important to move forward. If you didn't take 1 step, how will Krishna know what is that you want to do? Right? So which means devotional service means your willingness to do service to Krishna is important. Okay, my mind is going everywhere here and there. Krishna, please help me. I will try to see that I focus my chanting on you. The determination is required. And what happens? Krishna also will help. Because without Krishna's help, you cannot do bhakti. God helps those who help themselves. So this great determination to perform bhakti is very important. The next thing Krishna says is yogo anirvinna chetasa. Anirvinna chetasa means, yes, your willingness, I should perform this service to Krishna is important. And also, it should be undeviated. Means you don't have any diversions in between. Right? I'll do that also, I'll do this also. No. Doing like chanting, you're sitting means you fix your time or specific, in a specific situation that I'll complete this many rounds without any interruption, no deviation. 2 rounds I'll chant, sit and chant, nothing else. No interaction, no interruption. Now Bhagavad Gita, next half an hour I'm going to read. No more interruptions. No attending to phone, no attending. No, your mind should not go here and there. That is the process of yoga Krishna expects. The quality time is what Krishna expects from you. Your wholehearted attention is what Krishna wants. Without deviation means your complete attention. Great determination, complete attention. Then Krishna says, Sankalpa bhavan kamams tyaktva sarvan asheshataha. You should abandon all material desires or sense gratification desires without exception. Yes, when you're determined, when you want to focus with full attention, there is possibility that there will be somebody want to, distract you here, there. But you be fixed up, no, come what may, I will finish this seva to Krishna of chanting 2 rounds or chanting whatever fixed number of rounds you want to chant. I want to do the service to Krishna that way. So mind should be seeing that You abandon all varieties of material desires without exception. And next, Krishna says, to control your mind from all sides. Manasya Vindriya Grama Viniyamya Samantataha. Control the senses on all sides by the mind. Control all the senses on all the sides. Krishna is very nice, word using. Indriya Grama. In the previous chapter, Krishna explained that this body as considered as having Navadvara. Now he is considering this body like a village, Grama. Indriya Grama is a village of, it's a place full of so many senses. So senses, one sense is going here, one sense is going there. So your determination to control the senses, not to divert itself, distract itself, is important. Again, they're all coming to the same understanding that your great determination, strong willpower, that I want to do this with quality, with no deviation, mind not getting distracted here and there, senses not getting distracted here and there, just focused. That is important. Is what yoga practitioner should cultivate. Is what Krishna is telling us. So like this, few more principles Krishna is going to explain in the next few verses. After that, Krishna is going to tell about what is the benefit of coming to this stage of perfection. How Lord as Paramatma is going to bless him, is Krishna going to tell us. Okay. So I'll conclude for today. If anybody is going to ask, you can discuss any clarifications.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, boliye. Yes.
Prabhuji, chota sa little bit confusion regarding this, as you said that we should dedicate our time absolutely in a concentrated way. So regarding this chanting, Prabhuji, sometimes it happens that we see that many devotees, they are carrying the chanting bag everywhere. They are chanting, they are walking, they are doing something and chanting. So how do we, how do we connect this statement of Bhagavad Gita and explanation of Lord Krishna and the behavior of the devotees?
See, your fixed number of rounds should be chanted with full attention. Anything over and above that, above the fixed number of rounds, you want to use it for chanting, and in that way, that is fine. You're moving around, that's fine. But with your fixed, say you have committed to every day chant 4 rounds as an offering to Krishna. Over and above that, you are chanting, and you are doing something else, and you're chanting. At least you want to vibrate Krishna's names. That is okay.
Okay, that means that is the excess that they are doing. Okay, so that is the best way to
that
be
is the best
always
way.
into the connection with Lord Krishna.
Yeah, because basically you have to always vibrate. Rather, you have to always remember Krishna. That is the practice. But sometimes devotees think, okay, I can go on chanting also. I can do my other things also. That is wrong.
Okay. So that fixed number of chanting, that we should sit somewhere and do it absolutely.
Correct. That's what Krishna says very clear, in this what we are discussing now.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. You have to be determined and give quality attention. Your quality important, because what is that you want to give to Krishna? Your attention. That is your energy.
Yes.
Your attention is here and there, because one of the offenses we read every day in the morning, to be inattentive while chanting.
Yes.
Correct. Inattentive means what? Krishna is right there in front of you, in the holy name, in the form of sound, as sound incarnation, and you are not even having any respect for that incarnation. Just like I am giving a session now or speaking, and you are busy watching your mobile or talking to somebody. It is, showing disrespect.
Yes.
Like that, you should understand, personality Krishna has come in his sound form. is incarnated in sound form. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatar. Kali Kal, in Kali Yuga, Krishna is incarnated in Nama Rupa. Right? So he's there. Krishna has come. How to receive him? You have to, with attention, you have to take him inside. That you don't do, then what happens? It is a disrespect.
Big
You are,
offense.
you are insensitive.
Yes, yes,
It is actually, it is offense.
yes.
If you go on committing offense, how will Krishna, Krishna will be, he's very tolerant, but even then, it's not good for you.
Correct.
Right? It's not good for you. You show the utmost respect. Oh, Lord is sitting here. Lord is here. That background understanding you should have. Lord is come so mercifully for my benefit, and I have to receive him with great caution and great respect. If that mood you start chanting, Krishna will be even more pleased, and the reciprocation will be much higher. Then automatically what happens? Krishna will lock your attention. Right now, attention is not locked. Why? Because you are also not serious. You are not serious. Why Krishna should lock your attention? God will help if you are serious. You want to help yourself. You yourself don't want to help. That's the whole point. Krishna respects our free will. He is the person who will respect our free will to the utmost. Right? He just wants that you voluntarily give your quality time and attention to him. Then you see the reciprocation will be different. Because we have giving our quality time attention to so many things. That, this, that, and all. Mind is going everywhere. Because of which we are in this situation now. Krishna says, chanting is that means wherein you can come out of that distractions and focus on me. This is going to liberate you. Krishna is giving such an easy process. You vibrate, you hear, and you liberate. That also you don't want to do. Oh, you think go to forest, Badrikashram, do chanting there in the cold, where it is minus 25 degree now there. What you will do? Not possible, right? Give up all family, everything. Not at all easy. So Krishna is given such an easy process, and we don't value. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, such a unfortunate person I am. Krishna, you are so merciful. Come as holy name for me to purify me. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. And you have put all the powers in the holy name. And you have not made any strict rules, regulations. When to chant, whether you should sleeping and chanting or walking and chanting, doesn't matter. What time, no problem. You taken bath or not taken bath, doesn't matter. Right? So with so many concessions Krishna has given, even then, I don't have attraction for holy name. Such an unfortunate person I am, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. See, so easy thing Krishna has given. Ready to eat and consume and digest. And we don't want to even open the packet and take it inside. Ready, it's available. Just you vibrate, Krishna is there, and you'll go inside when you hear. Chant and hear the same sound, Krishna, Prabhupada says. That is the perfection. Our whole process of reading Bhagavad Gita, everything is to come to this perfection. Chanting with quality. Chanting and hearing with quality. That is the ultimate. Okay, so that's what we should always endeavor. You should always feel, okay, I am at this stage of devotion now. I have to move up. I have to move forward. Krishna, please help me. I have to improve my chanting. Quality chanting. How to do quality chanting? Every day should be, your heart should be, hankering for that. Right? Whereas our heart is burning for, right now, oh, somebody, did this thing to me, how to take revenge, something, is pending, how to get that. Like this, mind is going other way. There is no hankering for getting Krishna. No real seriousness for Krishna is lacking. That is what Krishna wants. Everything else will come automatically. Prabhupada says, spiritual well-being automatically follows material well-being. It's like putting the horse before the cart. Horse is there, then cart also will move. Now we have put the horse behind the cart. We think everything materially I will do. Spiritual is like, as Prabhupada says, is a recreation. Whenever there is time, I will do. It's a time pass. No, it's not time pass. It's a very serious business.
Okay.
So, the more serious you are, that much serious Krishna will become in your life. That's the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita's instruction. Right? Otherwise, we are thinking everything else is serious other than Krishna. That is the problem with us. To become more serious with Krishna, what we are discussing now is how to become more serious with Krishna. Serious means very, very, very important. I cannot, miss out this in my life. Every stage, every step. That is the point. So when you stay chanting, quality chanting means I'm very serious about it. It's going to matter it's going to matter my life. For me, it's going to matter for me very, very much. That's what it means. Okay. Good question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Nicely explained. Thank you so much.
Anything else? I will close now. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Jai Shri
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.